Darla real estate agent with Real Broker in South Louisiana. Good morning to you. I can always tell when interest rates have dropped, even if it's just a little bit. Seems like over the last couple of weeks, though, they have dropped a little bit every week. So if you are thinking about buying and or selling, it is a great time to be either one. I have so many things that are currently under contract, lots of showings that have been scheduled lately, lots of calls from buyers who have been waiting to buy. If you have been waiting for rates to drop, it is a great time to be a buyer. But what you have to remember is you may go into a multiple offer situation. I represented some buyers just last week. Nothing special about the home that they were looking at, except that it was in great condition and in a safe part of town. It had only been on the market for 3 days. It had already been shown 8 times. And when we went to see it, thankfully my buyers had been very proactive and were pre-approved, which meant that they were ready to submit an offer as soon as they found a house. They had a pre-approval letter to go along with their offer. I called up the listing agent and said, are there any other offers on the table? And thankfully he said there are quite a few, and we actually have 6 showings scheduled for the next couple of days. What does that say to me as a buyer's agent? We have to go in strong. We have to figure out what is most important to the seller and make sure that we bring it in our offer. And that involves having great relationships with other realtors, right? So listen, if you are thinking about buying anytime soon, first things first, you want to align yourself with a real estate agent who you know closes lots and lots of deals, who loves to negotiate, who is a team player with surrounding real estate agents, and who knows how to outbid other offers. It doesn't happen on accident. It doesn't happen haphazardly. So if you are thinking about buying, remember this. The first thing you need to do is choose your realtor. Your realtor, if they've been in the business long enough, they will have a handful of lenders in the area who have the best interest rates, the best terms, the best all the things, right? You align yourself with a real estate agent who should be able to recommend to you quite a few lenders. If they don't know of anyone, run. Your first question should be, who are some local lenders that you recommend, right? And number 2, if you are a buyer, you should interview a couple of different realtors before you choose your realtor. Your realtor can ultimately help you secure the home of your dreams for the price that you can afford, and not just the price, but all the other things that go into play. Your number 2 question to ask after you ask who are your local lenders that you recommend, are you great at negotiating and do you love doing it? And how often do you get buyers' offers accepted when there are multiple offer situations, right? Some realtors will tell you, I lose out a lot of the time. Run. You need a realtor who is good at getting your offer accepted, and that comes with lots and lots and lots of experience. If you are a seller, it is an amazing time to be a seller, because now that rates are dropping, buyers are going to be out in droves. which means it is a great time to have your house on the market and available to go. So if you're a seller and you've been thinking about selling and you're not sure how to get started, give me a call. Let's have a conversation. Let's get your home listed and on the market so that it can go under contract. It is a wonderful Monday. I am on my way to an inspection, which means buyers have secured a deal on a house, and their next goal is to have it inspected, and that is their right to have it inspected by anyone that they choose. Remember, after inspections, the buyer has a couple of decisions to make. If something is so terribly wrong with the house that they choose to cancel the contract, that is their right. Remember, during a buyer's inspection period and due diligence period, they can cancel a contract for any reason or no reason at all. But their inspection period is the time to see what are some major things that could potentially be wrong with the home. It is so important to have a home inspected. It is not mandatory by any means. A bank does not require an inspection. They do only require an appraisal. That's two different things. But they have the right during the inspection to ask the seller to fix anything that they deem not up to code or broken or in need of repair, whatever the case may be. They can ask the seller to lower the price if they want to fix those items themselves after closing. They can ask the sellers to contribute money towards their closing costs. There are so many different avenues, but this is the time to get it done. So your due diligence and your inspection period as the buyer is your chance to know what you're really getting into. You, the seller, once you accept an offer from a buyer, there's very few things or few reasons that you can cancel a contract. In fact, it's almost impossible for you as the seller to cancel the contract. But something to remember as the seller is you want an agent on your side who is great at negotiating. One misconception that sellers have every day is that their home is going to fail inspection. There is no such thing as passing or failing an inspection. An inspection, if you called out 10 different guys on 10 different days to inspect the same house, I guarantee you it's very subjective. Some things that one inspector may find, they may think is a huge big red flag. Other things they may think are not. And it's just very subjective. They use the same list. They're all looking at the roof, the attic, the plumbing, the electrical, the foundation, all those things, right? And they're just coming up with a report based on what they see in the inspection. And so as the buyer, you have to know there is no such thing as a perfect house. In fact, in 6.5 years that I've been in real estate, I don't know that I've ever had an inspector not find at least one little thing wrong with the home, and that's including brand spanking new homes and very old homes. There are some very old homes that sellers have taken amazing care of, and believe it or not, there aren't many things on the list that an inspector finds. Y'all have a fabulous Monday, and remember this, in real estate there are no stupid questions. Ask all your hard questions. It's the only way you're going to learn. If you are working with a real estate agent who you do not feel comfortable asking questions of, find yourself another one. It is your right as the buyer. You get to choose anyone that you want to work with. And as a seller, make sure you align yourself with someone who is known, liked, and trusted in the area and who closes lots and lots and lots of deals. That way you can guarantee that you will have the most amount of money possible in your pocket at closing, and that once it goes under contract, it gets to the closing table. That's crucial, and that's a big part